Hey guys, I am going to give you my feedback about the Altuve, um, about Altuve being remorseful. So, I thought he did a great job. It's kind of cool when you have somebody that you look up to, like I look up to him, or somebody that's a role model. And I found him to be, he thought of things I hadn't even thought of today. So, let me give you my feelings first, and then my feedback. My feeling was, it was painful to watch. It was painful to watch. This is a really low point in Astros history, and there is a lot to be sorry for the people that participated. But I saw the stats and the evidence, and of course, the buzzer talk is ridiculous. That's just sour grapes and Yankee media, Yankees fans. Beyond the buzzer, as far as the players, as you can see, Brian McCann, Josh Reddick, and Jose Altuve have almost nothing to be sorry for. I'm very proud of them for not participating in it. But the story has gone above and beyond. So if there was any evidence we didn't know about, they would have found out, believe me. First of all, if you believe in the buzzer, what does the buzzer look like? Is it round? Is it square? Is it a sticky patch? Does it have wires? What does it look like? Tell me. Nobody found what a buzzer looks like. Second of all, if Altuve, McCann, and Reddick had participated more, they would have found evidence. But they were getting steamrolled, as we found out through like this kind of Abraham Zapruder investigation, basically like CSI, FBI, all this deep stuff that was going on, videos of every angle, listening for, banging, just everything that was going on. They would have definitely found something else than but anyway, let me switch the subject. Carlos Beltran forced it on them, and I can imagine how mad people like Brian McCann and Altuve that were getting a little bit older felt when they were forced into that situation. It must have felt terrible. So this is kind of a guilt by association thing. So I feel horrible for Brian McCann. I feel horrible for Altuve, and I feel horrible for Josh Reddick. I think the players that participated more and like the other guys, I'm not going to name names with that side. You can just make your own observations, viewpoints, but it's actually not an observation, because an observation is something that you've actually seen. So anyway, whatever. Let's just move on from that. This video is about Altuve and what he had to say today, and what I thought he said once again was absolutely brilliant. You could see that they didn't like what they were saying, but this guy's a real man. And what I mean by that is, the reporter said, hey, you only took, compared to the other players, do you want to explain why you had a couple of bangs compared to the others that had 100? And he said he took it on as team responsibility, even though he really wasn't involved in this. Whether you think it is, okay, let's just move beyond that, whatever. But, he's like, okay, I'm part of this team. This is a team problem. Therefore, I'm going to stand up and be a man and just take it like a man. And you could see that he's upset about the situation being around him. You can see that that he's ready to move forward, and you can see that he still loves his team. So overall, I thought his speech, or his little bit of his brief speech and then his interview, were pretty much flawless. You could tell that brief remorse was forced by Jim Crane. Altuve just isn't comfortable in those situations. He's not comfortable to talk anything but just straight up baseball. I really don't get, why Carlos Beltran and Alex Cora really had to push for this with our team. It's just a stroke of bad luck. Let's end this on a really, really happy note. And the happy note is the fact that even though the media has just circled us like a swarming locust of bees, or they just, anyway, however you want to phrase it, Besides that, you know, I really think the fact that even though this scandal was done and over more or less by September 21st of 17, that we still performed after that, and no matter how you cut it, we were in the World Series, the last game of the World Series, which shows our potential. I really didn't think we performed very well in the latter part of the year last year. I didn't think we performed very well in the World Series to get as far as we did. I thought we just looked stale and stagnant. I love the Astros. I will always be an Astros fan. I will never be a Yankees fan, ever. But I can tell you this, that in my viewpoint, in my observation, we got about as far as we could. Even when we were up 3-2, I just had an unsettling feeling with that. I just didn't think we had enough highlights, enough firepower to get all the way through it. Kudos to us for getting to Game 7. We were about to get swept for a while, and we showed up. Anyway, that's for another conversation. This is about Altuve, and in regards to Altuve, his IQ and his leadership and his team thought. This guy is trying to keep the team together. And I've talked about divide and conquer before. The media is doing everything they can to divide the Astros because they know the roster and the superstar power is amazing. They're a force to be reckoned with. So all I can say is, and yes, that was a left turn signal. I'm in the passenger seat if it makes anybody feel better. Whatever you think. But anyway, I do think the divide and conquer mentality has been gone on in the media with them, and the Yankees, no matter what they say, I don't think they want to see us again. You know, if they win in the playoffs, good for them. Finally, it took them 4 tries. You know, but if we win again, I thought third time was a charm. I was kind of surprised we beat them the 3rd time in a row. That's like icing on the cake. That was brutal. And so I knew that if we won a 3rd time, you know, there's a saying that hell hath no fury. And so you can just change it from a woman scorned to hell hath no fury, like a Yankee scorned. So that's my video, and hopefully you guys liked it. Once again, I found it very painful to watch it, but I thought Altuve is smart, impeccable, flawless, and a leader, and he's trying to unite this team back together. And you know, I think if they can hold it together, we might have a good year. But they do have the right mentality so far, and I'm looking forward to seeing this season. It's going to be really interesting and good for baseball. Also, you're going to have more eyes, and you know, if anybody comes after the Astros pitchers, then I'd like to see that too. You know, as far as intentional hits. So that should be very interesting this year. Anyway, I'm a baseball fan no matter what, so I'm going to watch the season. I'm going to be an MLB TV subscriber. I've already pre-ordered my MLB The Show for opening day on March 16th or 17th. And I'm not opening day of the league, but opening day of the game. And so anyway, take care and have a good night, and maybe I'll see you guys tomorrow.